Hey everybody, and welcome to the RDT. This is Drew, and I just wanted to let you all know that this episode was filmed using Zoom, so we might sound a little off here and there. Just bear with us, and next time we'll be back to normal. I hope y'all enjoyed today's episode. Hi, I'm Drew Chilson.
And I'm Leanora Kennerly, and this is The Real Daily Tea.
Welcome to our podcast, where we talk about anything from lube to politics. So sit back, friends, and relax, because shit is about to get real.
Hope you enjoy this sweet serotonin as you are driving, sitting at your shitty job, or just chilling at home. This is the RDT.
Welcome to episode 2. On today's episode, we are going to have 4 segments once again. The first segment is going to be the internet. The second segment is going to be sex positions. Segment 3 is going to be what are we currently watching. And segment 4, to wrap everything up, is going to be how can we save the planet.
These are some very light topics on, the opposition to our first episode, which was very political, very, because you can say aggressive. Some people told us it was aggressive, but
yeah,
we're very,
we're chill people. We just want y'all to go out and vote.
Exactly.
It's not we're not trying to be.
It's just the future of the democracy.
Yeah. Going into segment 1, the internet. Do you want to start us off, Drew?
Sure. I can start us off. I recently made a TikTok. I don't know if y'all have ever seen those TikToks where it's like things I don't understand, and then they list things they don't understand with like the green screen effect.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I made one about the internet because I just don't understand it. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, and neither do I. A big point a really big reason why I wanted to have the internet as a segment is because not only do we not understand how it works, because, the waves, that's crazy how it can connect us to so many different types of things. But, like, who reads the terms and conditions? Because I for sure do not.
Well, the terms and conditions is on the topic of the internet, but when we talk about the foundation of the internet and where it came from and how we use it and how we access it, we all just, I know myself, I just get caught up in the idea of, okay, we got to get Wi-Fi, we got to have a modem while there's Wi-Fi.
Mm-hmm.
But where does it
come from?
Yeah. I'm plugging my modem into the wall, but where does the wall get its internet from? Okay, you can say the wall gets its internet from the cables outside.
But like,
where does that come from? Do we have like internet hubs in different cities that we draw internet from? So I looked up like the history of the internet, and apparently there was this guy. His name was Tim Berners-Lee. He was a British computer scientist who invented the World Wide Web in 1989. So actually, he became a software engineer at CERN, the Large Particle Physics Laboratory near Geneva in Switzerland. And scientists came from all over the world to use its accelerators, but Sir Tim noticed that they were having difficulty sharing information. He thought he saw a way to solve the problem, and one that he could see having much broader applications in the future. So already millions of computers were being connected together through the fast developing internet, and Berners-Lee realized that they could share information by exploiting an emerging technology called hypertext. So basically, this guy was like, okay, we've got the internet, but how can we make the internet everywhere?
Yeah.
And so he came up with the World Wide Web, and he basically came up with HTML, URI, and HTTP. This single man came up with all of these things that we still use to this day in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, it's crazy to think about how just 30 years ago the internet came to place, and now we can't picture a life without it.
I know. And then speaking of Wi-Fi, while you were talking, I just Googled like 21 incredibly interesting facts, right? And it says that it may seem like only yesterday we were all dialing in for our internet connection, but wireless internet was actually founded in September of 1990. So Wi-Fi is only a few years away from its 30th birthday. Well, that's insane.
So you mean to tell me we had Wi-Fi in 1990?
Yeah, but we were all using dial-up. We used to have to yell at our moms to get off the phone. We're trying to use the internet.
Yeah, and us being born in the 90s, we haven't really lived in a world without the internet. Yeah, when we were growing up, we had dial-up where it was like, we experienced that, but other than that, we never really lived in a world without it.
I know, just like phones, especially, do you remember when they came out with internet on phones? My mom used to get so mad at me
I
because on
do.
the phones, when I would accidentally click the internet, it took
It would charge
forever.
you.
Yeah.
It would be like, okay, you just opened up the internet. That's $5.
Yeah, and it was always an accident, and I could never press the end button.
The red button
Red
quickly so
button.
we could get out of it. Even if it was an accident. I'm serious. For 1 second, $5.
For 1 second, $5. I know, and then especially now, like my brother's only 4 years younger than us, and he doesn't even know a world without a cell phone. Like my mom, she had pagers and she would have to go to what is it called? A payphone? See, I forgot the word payphone. She used to have to go to a payphone to call my dad, who would page her. And it's insane. Like the world that we live in, the internet, it's so crazy how we can just do so much from the internet. But with all the good, there is bad.
Yeah,
Like,
there is, in the day and age we live in, the age of misinformation and
mhm.
how easily, I guess,
Misinformation spread.
misinformation and quote unquote fake news spreads throughout the US and the globe.
Exactly. And
All it takes is one tweet from the president, and we're all in chaos.
oh my gosh, on October 12th, the president tweeted. President Trump actually tweeted. Let me pull it up right now while we're talking about the president
And I
and
know exactly what she's pulling up. He tweeted this yesterday.
let me see.
It it was along the line of the California forest fires, and the presidential debate, in both presidential debates, Trump mentioned and Pence mentioned as well that we need to have forest management. Leonore, what the fuck is forest management? Like,
Oh no.
are forests hiring janitors?
The
Like,
forest needs to not set on fire.
what are we blaming climate change on trees now?
Yes.
I thought trees were the answer to climate change.
Honestly, deforestation needs to be stopped. We don't need any more shopping centers. We need more trees.
Exactly. You know, Next time you see a forest, guys, just take a broom, clean up all those twigs, because according to the president, they're a fire hazard. And if we just had more people with brooms and rakes out there in forests, we wouldn't have that many fires.
Yes. So on October 12th, 2020, the president, Donald J. Trump, tweeted from his personal account, California is going to hell. Vote Trump. He's the
Like,
president.
what?
Then, right after that, he tweeted at 7:39 a.m., October 12th, 2020, New York is going to hell. Vote Trump. And then tweeted at 7:41 a.m., October 10th, 2020, Illinois has no place to go. Sad, isn't it? Vote Trump. Is this man?
Is this reality that we're living in real?
Honestly.
The age of the internet is just I feel like we've gotten used to this.
Yeah.
Can you imagine Barack Obama tweeting, "Texas is going to hell, vote Obama"?
Literally.
Can you imagine the uproar Republicans would have had if he tweeted that?
Oh my
Can
God.
you just think about it? Can we just go back in 4 years in our heads and picture Obama doing one of the things Trump does daily?
Okay.
Daily.
Do you remember yesterday on episode 1 when you touched on it mostly, how Trump magically cured in all the people he infected by going to rallies? He tweeted, because I'm on his personal Twitter right now, his tweets from yesterday. October 12th, 2020, at 3:16 p.m., he tweeted, "Leaving now for a Florida rally. Big crowds." Like,
Like,
didn't
didn't
he
he
just
just
have
have
the
the
coronavirus?
coronavirus?
We still don't even know if he's tested negative.
Oh my goodness.
The White House staff won't release his COVID status.
Hmm.
But
I
anyway, we digress
We do.
into
This is a
Trump
light.
all
This
over
is a
again.
light-hearted
We're talking about the
episode.
internet. So it's on my TikTok that I made. I specified three different things that I didn't understand about the internet. I didn't understand the internet, where it came from. I don't understand Wi-Fi, and I don't understand basically both of those and how they work on cruise ships.
Yeah.
Because when you think about it, the internet, okay, you think about it, it comes from what I believe it's if I can find it again, I think it was CERN is basically our internet hub in Switzerland,
Yeah.
right? It comes from CERN. And so if you think about it, there's all these wires that go under the sea and over to the US, and they go to all the different, residential areas, commercial areas, and then you can get modems and you tie into those and you have Wi-Fi. But there's no wires on a cruise ship. So are we getting our internet by satellite? Is that how it works on a cruise ship? And
And
if
through
so,
airplanes.
why don't we publicize satellite Wi-Fi? Is that a thing? Is satellite Wi-Fi the terminology for it? Is it something where it's too expensive for, you and I having instead of having, like,
Yeah.
hardwired Wi-Fi?
Yeah, because if you think about it, especially in the world that we're living in right now, in the year 2020, there's so many kids who are doing at-home schooling. And think about the kids who don't have Wi-Fi. I grew up in a household where we didn't have Wi-Fi, you know? It's not that easy for everybody to access it. And they say that you can call to get Wi-Fi set up at your house if you don't have it for school purposes. But honestly, how many people can do that?
Right, and while you were giving your response, I did Google satellite Wi-Fi, and that is a thing. It's according to itstillworks.com, satellites contain unsurprisingly extremely expensive pieces of hardware costing millions of dollars to build. So therefore, satellite internet is very expensive. So
Oh,
the general public probably doesn't afford it. And plus, it says it has poor latency and high ping rates. So not the fastest. Never
yeah.
been on a cruise before, but
Me
I wonder
neither.
if it's just because of the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, it's just like planes. Like you have to
Exactly.
pay
Same
to
thing with
get
planes.
Wi-Fi.
So, and on planes, I know it's not that reliable. So it's probably the same on cruise ships.
Yeah.
I digress.
Yeah, but also, like I said earlier, terms and conditions. I was talking to my husband earlier. My aunt asked me to host her baby shower, but she's gonna do a drive-by because of COVID.
Oh,
And we were just talking about it. All of a sudden, I open up Facebook and it's like bump boxes and baby gifts. And then I opened up Instagram and it was like expecting and just me
all
having
these
a
apps.
conversation. Yeah, just me having a conversation. Everything popped up. And I was talking to my husband about it and I was like, oh my God, isn't that so weird? He goes, yeah, well, you accepted on the terms and conditions. And they got me thinking, who actually takes the time to read the terms and conditions? because I know
No one, no one does.
yeah.
I don't think I've ever read them before, ever.
Yeah, no, I don't either. They're so lengthy. They should just say, we use your information, accept or decline. And then I'd be like, oh, okay, well, decline because I don't want to be giving you my information by just talking, And I think we've all
Right.
experienced that before.
I've experienced it before too. When you're talking about something to your friends, and then later on that day, you see an ad for it on your phone, on
Mhm.
Facebook, you see an ad for it on Instagram. I was talking to a couple of friends before about Starbucks cups. Lo and behold, what do I see on Instagram and Facebook? Starbucks,
Starbucks cups, yeah.
Starbucks, and ads. It, it's almost crazy, it's something you don't think about all the time, and we covered this in our previous episode a little bit with The Social Dilemma,
Mhm.
the show on Netflix, in which, since then, we've watched it, we decided to watch it after our first episode, and something that I bring home from it that I'm seeing right now, the website, so thesocialdilemma.com, you can search it up yourself. 64% of the people who joined extremist groups on Facebook did so because the algorithm steered them there.
That's so crazy. Like, I I wouldn't even know what to do. I mean, I'm not an extremist, so that stuff doesn't pop up on me. But like those TikToks, that's what I was gonna say also. Like, after I was talking to my aunt about the baby shower, I got on TikTok and all of these TikToks said, if you're reading this right now, you're pregnant. If you're reading this right now, you're pregnant. Tarot cards were saying I was pregnant. And I'm like, how did that even happen? I was just talking like to my aunt on the phone. How can my phone already know all this information?
Right. And it all comes back to the algorithms and all the apps and the permissions that we are giving these developers and these algorithms from. Think about how many apps you have on your phone. There's
Ooh.
terms and conditions for every single app.
And we
You've got terms and conditions for Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok,
Snapchat.
Snapchat, and not even to mention non-social media apps. Your banking apps, your games, especially. They're recording how much time you spend playing a game on your phone. That kind of information gets used by people that develop ads and companies that put out ads on these games and all these social media platforms.
Catered to your interest that they listen to.
They all cater to your interests, of course. Yeah, I mean, do you ever remember seeing a Snapchat ad in which it didn't relate to you?
Oh my gosh, yes. So Snapchat, because I don't really watch people's Snapchat stories, but when I do, I've been noticing there's ads, and I'm just like,
There's ads in it.
since when?
It's stuff that pertains to you.
Yeah.
I saw a bunch of gay shit on there one time, and it was like stuff that wasn't appropriate for work, and it was embarrassing because I'd be going through people's Snapchats, and it's like, ready to meet gay singles near you? And I'm like, what the
Oh yes, and then yeah, can we talk about that for a second?
fuck?
Can we
What?
talk about that for a second? So whenever you pull up like a website, you can be looking at a recipe on Pinterest on your computer, and then all of a sudden it'll pop up sexy singles ready to mingle. Just enter your name and zip code. Like how are they ready to mingle if I gotta enter my information?
Right.
I don't understand.
Where are these sexy singles? I
And
don't
where
believe
can you
you.
find them? Yeah, but I just
There's a lot to unpack, with the internet.
how does it work? Like,
And we've kind of covered how it works now
yeah,
because I've Googled, it comes from CERN. There's literally pipes underneath the oceans that connect it to the other side of the
mhm.
world. And you know how easy that would be to hack? All you gotta do is dive down to these cables and cut them, and then the whole continental North America is cut off
Like
from the
internet.
internet. There's no way to fix it unless you rebuild that pipe and those wires.
Yeah.
It's just scary to think about.
hmm I
I'm
was
sure there's some sort of security, but
yeah, but
it's
like
not public knowledge.
speaking of like hacking and stuff, I was talking to my great grandma the other day about Ring doorbell. I think it would be really good. So while I'm at work, I can see who comes home. And
Right.
like, while my great grandma's there, you know. And me and my husband are at that point in time where we're talking about starting a family. I don't want a baby monitor with video because I've seen where people will hack into baby monitors and talk to the baby and look at the baby.
I remember a story that, had come out not too long ago. I think it was a ring.
And people are hacking them. And that's my family has cameras in their house because I mean, we're just trying to be safe, but
Right.
knowing people can hack into them is so terrifying.
It really is. And this the story you were talking about was December of 2019, almost a year ago. It feels like such a long time ago.
I know.
But it was that the picture of the little girl in her room in Mississippi, in which a man hacked into the Ring home security system camera and started talking to the daughter. It started playing a little song into the empty room, and then they checked on the music, turned on the lights, and the man started talking to her, calling her a racial slur, and claiming he was Santa Claus.
Mhm.
So it is terrifying and how easily those things can be hacked. And now, I'm sure they've built in more security
Yeah.
to the Ring system, but it still happens.
Yeah.
It's still a possibility. So me personally, I'm all for cameras on the outside, but on the inside is probably where me personally, I would draw the line
Yeah.
because how easy those are hacked. It's kind of
Scary.
it's kind of scary, and I wouldn't feel comfortable in my own home if I had cameras on me.
Yeah. I never thought about it like that. I always thought like
In
it's,
the
yeah,
security
I
sense.
always thought of it like it'd make me feel safer, but hearing everything that's going on in the world, especially now, it's terrifying.
It is. And, yeah, I recently got a Ring for the outside,
Mhm.
and I like it. It's good. The Neighbors part of Ring, for y'all that don't know, Neighbors is basically like Facebook for Ring. Anybody that has it can log into it, post video clips, post pictures, "Hey, there was a lost dog at my door. This person was shady coming up to my door." It's kinda scary sometimes people post things that I kinda would've been better off not knowing was happening in my area. And
Yeah.
all the different robberies that I've seen people post and different things at people's doors, it's kind of creepy,
Yeah.
but it does make me feel better knowing it.
Yeah, one of my best friends, her dad's truck got stolen, but she had a ring, so she took the video clip of the person stealing it and posted it on, I think you said it was called like Neighbors, right?
Yeah, neighbor.
And she posted it on there, and people in her area, they were able to find her dad's truck. And I thought that was awesome, that the community was able to come together like that for something as big as big or as little as a truck getting stolen, you know? I think that's a cool safety feature. But you're right. I think cameras are better left on the outside.
I mean, I'm all for motion detectors, but cameras, it's a different thing.
Yeah, it's a little
I
more
mean,
intimate, you know?
it is very intimate, and maybe, you could argue with, okay, well, for homes that have, like, an entryway, have a
Mm,
camera just in the entryway, so where if someone were to break in,
you can see.
you could see them.
Yeah.
But then camera on the outside would see them anyway.
Yeah.
But all for your comfort level and what you want in your own home. I'm not telling you not to have cameras on the inside of your house if that's something you do have, but I'm just telling you my personal opinion.
Yeah, no. And we're just talking, because, it's good to hear other people's opinions sometimes. And I like I like how we were able to go from how was the internet a thing? How is it a thing to,
Cameras on your front door
cameras, you
30
know?
years later.
Oh my gosh. I wonder what the internet is gonna be like in 30 years.
Well, I mean,
How advanced do you think it'll be?
we've
Sorry, I'm so sorry to cut you off. Have you seen those that there's one lady on TikTok. She has a chip in her arm.
Oh my God, I've seen that.
Yeah.
And so many people commented on it for pros and cons, who are for it and against it. So tell us about it, Leah.
Okay, so what I've seen, the lady on TikTok, she has a chip in her arm and it unlocks her front door. It unlocks the front door to her house. It unlocks cabinets. It unlocks rooms, parts of her house that she doesn't want people in. And people are asking, well, what if somebody else needs to go in? She has these bracelets that she gives guests, and you can set it to only unlock certain doors. That is so scary to me. Like, what? You know?
I didn't know this technology existed before TikTok, first of all. Secondly, I think it's fucking cool.
Cool?
Yeah. But I could see how, people are arguing this is the book of Revelations and the end of the world. Technology is invading our body. I could see that argument for sure, but I just think it's such a cool technological advancement that I could see.
It's cool. It's fascinating. I personally would never do it, but I just think it's so crazy. Like, who came up with that idea? Like, everybody's joking, saying, yeah, we're all going to get chipped and we're all going to be controlled. But this lady actually went and got chipped to be a
did.
key.
She sure as hell did, and it's RFID chips for humans, and RFID is something we all have on our phones, but it's just a little chip, um, that would go into your arm or your hand that you could basically just wave in front of whatever device you're trying to unlock, and whatever. Even 5 years ago, I'd been like, that's
way.
there's no way that's Star Trek shit.
For real.
But now we actually have it, and I don't know how expensive it is, but
would you think about doing it? Really?
Isn't that big? She details on, she like presses on it on her skin. She shows you how big it is. It's really not that big, not that invasive. And for it to be, basically like
a key.
Don't think about it. You wouldn't carry keys.
Yeah, but somebody could chop your arm off and go and do whatever they wanted.
Arm off.
There's people who will cut fingers off. Yeah, there's people who will cut your fingers off to get in somewhere. Have you not seen movies?
Movies.
Okay, based on real life.
To use to unlock. There's endless possibilities.
Yeah, but I think that wraps up the internet right there. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Other than the fact that I'm interested to see where the internet goes in the future. I'm excited, to say the least.
I am too. It's just kind of scary. Well, we're 90s kids, so I don't know. Do you remember that movie Smart House?
Yes, the Disney Channel movie. Isn't that like everything we have now?
Basically, with Alexas, and I don't want to say
they had a virtual
GLE because mine's is right next to me.
they had a virtual assistant that would literally appear in front of them, but nowadays we have Siri, we have Alexa.
Mm-hmm.
We have
the Google products.
Google Assistant. We have everything, like basically can do everything that
the smart house could do. Yeah.
And so
it's just scary.
It is. I would like to pluck someone out of time after watching Smart House and bring them to the future.
Yeah.
And see their reaction to how we can do all the things that they were doing then.
The only thing we need is flying cars.
Moving on to our second segment.
My favorite.
Yeah, your fucking favorite. It's gonna be sex positions with Drew and Leah.
So if y'all haven't already seen, this podcast is just two friends, we're just talking to our friends. And what do you talk to your friends about? You talk about what's going on in the world. You talk about sex. You talk about your man. You talk about your girl. And
And
that's
if you don't, then you're lying to yourself, or you don't have real friends.
yeah, true. So if you don't have real friends, we'll be your real friends.
You want to talk about sex? Let's do it. You want to talk about climate change? I'm your man.
Exactly. So, do
So,
you?
Leah,
Oh, you want me to start off?
what's your favorite sex position? Before we dial into the different types and different ways that they can be modified and or changed via your gender identity, um, or orientation. So, what is your personal favorite sex position?
Okay, so I didn't even know there was a word for it. I kind of just Googled 19 best ever sex positions and it brought up this women's health article. And I was going through them and I was like, yeah, I do that. Yeah, I do that. But I found the one that is my favorite. I just didn't even know I had a name. It is called the Leapfrog.
The frog. That sounds interesting. Please detail that for the audience.
It says the leapfrog is a great position to try some gentle spanking. Not to mention, you get to rest your head and arms on a pillow while your partner does all the hard work. So basically, what it is a doggy style where you lay your head and your arms down, you arch your back to the fullest. Like you better put some arch in your back. And then your man is just hitting it from the back. He could spank you. He could do whatever he wants. But the rougher the better. We all know that. But yeah,
So that's the leapfrog.
the leapfrog. And I thought it was so cute.
You like to take the easy way out. You don't like to put in the work.
I put in some work. But
Okay.
this is the best way to hit the spots you need.
Okay. Okay.
So what about you?
So my favorite sex position is missionary.
Boring.
Shut up. It's a great position because when you're gay, you have to have that right angle when you're doing anal. I know you have experience with anal. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Missionary is that position where it's like the stars align, everything is perfect.
Yeah.
I also like to be looking at the person I'm having sex with.
Oh, in the
I
eyes.
like to look at them. I'm not one of the persons who's like, "Don't look at me."
Yeah.
I like to look at them. I like to kiss them. I like to
You're very intimate.
have that intimate relationship. So yeah, I like missionary.
Oh, that's cool. I'm more of a degrade me in bed type of person. So I wanted to know, I'm sure all of our listeners would like to know, are you a toaster strudel or a Twinkie?
I don't even know what those mean.
Okay,
What is
so
a toaster strudel? What is a Twinkie?
you know what a toaster strudel is, right?
Yeah, you put the icing on top.
Yeah, so basically you put your icing on top. A Twinkie is cream filled.
I guess it just depends on my mood. Um, Finishing inside definitely feels better.
Butter.
Yeah,
Why?
it just feels better because like you still have that stimulation all
Oh,
the way up to
climax.
climax up to 100%. Toaster strudel is probably more for like a one night stand.
Oh, so it's like less
Yeah,
intimate.
that's the
Yeah.
way of finishing. I don't like you that much. Um,
I'm not gonna make you cream filled right now. Maybe next time on date 2. So I've never been on birth control.
so you've never been on birth control?
No, ever.
What?
And so I've just always done the pull out method because
The pull out method.
I think it
Every
works.
straight personal go-to?
Well, we used to use condoms, but they started getting really expensive because we would go through boxes. And so then we were like, I trust you. Let's just pull out. And it's been working for years. But now that we're married, we're just like, let's be Twinkies.
Twinkies. I want to be a Twinkie.
Twinkies are cool. I like Twinkies.
So, you said you pulled up a women's health article, right?
Yes, women's health.
I pulled up a men's health article, and the differentiations on both of these articles are crazy because I looked at both of them. The, the men's health one is all about, I guess,
Getting
the
the
best
best.
position for the man, and the women's health is the best position for the women, which is valid.
Mhm.
Respect um, articles. The first one, the very first one on this sex position article is the stand and deliver,
Describe that, please.
also known as the bicycle. It literally says benefits. You can enjoy the view of your penis thrusting. Eight straight
The
Go ahead.
first one on the women's health is the wheelbarrow.
The bicycle technique says stand at the edge of a bed or a desk while your partner lies back and raises their legs to their chest. Their knees are bent as if they're doing a bicycle exercise. Grab their ankles and enter.
So I've done that, but I didn't know it was called the bicycle.
The bicycle or the stand and deliver. Did you get a good exercise out of it?
I did. I hate
Act
when
like you were
my
running a triathlon.
no, I hate when my legs stand too straight because then I'm just focusing on the burning of my thighs. But this wheelbarrow, you know when you're young and you grab like somebody grabs your ankles and you're walking,
Yeah, you play wheelbarrow.
you play wheelbarrow. This is the explicit
It's like that, but sex.
but naked.
I think all of our viewers can get a visual on that.
Yeah. So I think the one of the key differences in the women's health and the men's health, it sounds to me like the men's health was very descriptive and gave instructions. The women's literally just gave pictures and said, do not try this after an intense arm workout. Your triceps might not be able to take it. The wheelbarrow is definitely not meant for a quickie. Yeah.
So out of your list, pick one that is just like your all-time favorite. Like I've never seen this before. I'm trying this with my man tonight.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you two. One,
Oh, two, okay.
haha, but I'm gonna try it though, or damn, I want to try this. So the first one that's like, I cannot believe this shit is on here, but like low key want to try it. It's called the Sex Factor, and it
Okay,
says,
describe that.
just think the missionary position with a twist. Literally, the only advice we give: do not, repeat, do not think of X Factor judges naked at any point during this. It will be ruined forever. Before you decide if this position is more Jay Ward rather than Ollie Murs, read How to Embrace the Sex Factor. So basically, it's the woman laying down flat on her back, and the man is on top like missionary, but twisted. So they're making a fucking X. They're making an
Okay,
X. I don't even
that
know
sounds fun.
how.
Well, is he laying on top of her on her back,
On top of her.
but he's stomach down,
He's stomach down, laying
and
on
she's
top.
laying on her back.
Yeah, belly up. But like,
See, I thought it was the other way around.
no. So how? Where? I mean, like, how does the penis go in? You know, like.
Well, I would imagine it's at a very hard, steep angle.
There's
I've
no
never had
good
sex with a person that has a vagina, but I've never used that kind of angle before, ever.
neither have I. But there's also, let me see. Oh,
Uh, Let me share one of mine.
yes, you go first.
So I saw one over here that says the Butter Churner.
Oh my gosh.
So it actually sounds pretty hot. So it goes as follows, also known as the squat thruster. Benefits: an extra rush of blood to your partner's head to increase their ecstasy.
Ooh.
I don't know if that increases ecstasy or not, but hey, try it. Technique: have your partner lie on their back with their legs raised over their head. This is not a beginner position. Squat over them and dip your penis in and out of them,
We have done that.
where like
Yeah,
your ass is in the air
yeah,
and they're over top of you.
yeah.
Yeah, that sounds hot. Was it an easy position?
No, my thighs were burning.
My thighs seem to burn a lot.
Yeah, it's because I put in that work. So there's this one. I
Okay,
changed my favorite from the Leapfrog to this.
okay.
Okay,
What is it?
it's called the pretzel.
The pretzel. I just saw the pretzel on here. I wonder if it's the same one.
Is it? Let's kind of confused.
Yes. Okay.
Oh my god,
Describe it.
it feels so good.
Really? I've never tried it.
Oh my god, you get so deep.
Really?
Yes.
Like it's just like that perfect angle.
Oh my god, so perfect. So basically, yours has descriptions on how to do it, right? Mine's
Yeah.
doesn't.
Let me go find it. Hang on.
So
Let's
on
see.
mine it says all you have to do is lie there. Again, another one for those who prefer their partner to do most of the work and put the sweat in. Find out if this position is sweet enough to sink your teeth into.
Okay. Well, mine calls it the pretzel dip or the camel ride. So the benefits are the deep penetration of doggy style while having it face to face.
Mm-hmm.
Kneel and straddle their left leg while they're lying on their left side. Your partner will bend their right leg around the right side of your waist, which will give you access to enter them. For many people, rear entry may hurt their back. This sex position allows them to lounge comfortably while enjoying the deep penetration.
Yeah, see, I'm a big fan of the deep penetration part. And I think that's why it works so well because you can also have a hand around your throat choking the life out of you.
Yeah,
Are you
whatever your preference is.
into
It has to be with the right person. Like, I'm not just gonna, date one, choke somebody out, unless it's been
true? Talked about.
wanted or talked about or asked. I'm very much into consent.
Yeah, we love consensual sex. There should only be.
There should only be consensual sex. Let's put that out there.
Yeah.
There is no such thing as non-consensual sex. That is called rape.
And we are not fans of rape.
No,
So consent, consent,
consent
consent,
is,
consent.
is yeah. Um, Moving on. I saw this one. It brought my attention. You brought up the wheelbarrow. I have an alternate form for everybody. It's called the seated wheelbarrow.
Hmm.
So it's also known as wheelbarrow at risk. The benefits are it's less strenuous than the standing variety of this position while still offering the intense sensation.
Hmm.
So basically, you sit and your partner then sits on top of you the opposite direction.
So like a reverse cowgirl?
Yes, but you are sitting, and then
Oh.
the other person hangs off of like the bed.
Oh, that's cool.
So I'm not sure if that would
Oh, yeah, I've done that.
work.
Yeah, it works. It's just scary if you pull out too far.
Yeah,
Then
that
you
would
can get,
be
yeah,
ready for
yeah, injury.
pro position. So don't try this if you're a beginner sex person.
Yes. Oh, I haven't been in the dating world in a hot
Where is
minute.
fucking test?
So how does I? It's been a while. So how does like sex work? Do you have to no,
Work?
but like, do you have to say, "Hey, do you want me to slap you in the face? Do you want me to like choke you?" Like,
Finding out boundaries with a new sex partner.
yeah, that's what I mean.
Well, typically, like in the gay community, when you're talking to somebody, it accelerates to sex very fast, and so you can kind of typically gauge on someone's
Wants.
wants and their preferences soon off. Typically before a first date, sometimes.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. That's toxic, but that's another conversation for another day. But yeah, typically you can find out if someone's into anything prior to a first date or prior to having sex. But I mean, in a situation in which that has not come up, I like to just go with the flow.
Mm-hmm.
When it's happening, maybe test some things out
Mm-hmm.
and make it known.
Hey,
If
I'm
you
gonna try this.
be like, hey, I'm open to different things. We can try some things out.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't like it, that's fine. Just let me know. It's
Yeah.
always good to have a safe word if you're into some of the kinkier aspects.
Ooh, safe words. We love safe words.
Like me personally, um, I enjoy choking people.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I like spitting.
Yes.
Um, I don't know why. Definitely brush your teeth before. I'm leaving.
I feel that.
Vice versa. I always brush my teeth and use my hot ass Listerine that burns my throat, but the burn is good, so it works. But anyway, yeah, I like to spit. Um, I like to. I mean, I guess you could say I'm into different things,
Yeah.
different ideas. I'm a very much go with the flow type of person.
That's cool. So you're flexible in your likes and your wants. And that's
Yeah,
cool that you can be open like at the get-go. I think that's really cool.
sex is not for me.
But if it is for you, we're not shaming you.
No, I'm not shaming you. I've just moved on from vanilla sex.
He's a pro now.
You're comfortable with vanilla sex. Then stay comfortable with vanilla sex.
Yeah.
If you want to try something out, ask your partner, hey, can we try this?
Yeah.
That's really just a conversation. We forget that we can just have a conversation about things.
I know. And if you're going to be in a sexual relationship with someone and you don't feel comfortable talking to them about it, maybe you shouldn't have a sexual relationship with them, you know?
If you don't feel comfortable asking your partner to choke, to have them choke you, then maybe we have a bigger issue.
Yeah. But that is something we can talk about at a later episode.
I feel like this concludes our sex position segment, unless you have anything to add, Leah.
No, I don't. Enjoy your sex life. Just
Have a
stay
great sex life.
clean, be safe,
Definitely stay clean,
go
stay
get
safe.
tested if you're having multiple partners.
Can't stress that enough, especially in the gay community. You need to get tested every 3 months. Go to if you're in the Houston area, Legacy Community Health is a great place to go to that will do STD testing. All urgent cares do STD testing, although they might charge you. At in your local physician, you'll be able to do it as well.
Yeah, and never be ashamed of what you like. There's no kink shaming. Don't ever be ashamed. Just live your best life. And if you are on birth control and you still want to use condoms to protect you from STDs, please
That's
be,
a valid
yeah, just birth control doesn't protect you from STDs. Condoms do. It
right.
lowers your risk. So just everybody be careful, get tested, and stay safe out there and enjoy. Alrighty. So to move on from sex, we are going to talk about what we are currently watching. What are our favorite shows? What is the must have to watch on your way to work, watch with your dinner? Like, what are you watching?
Yes. Leah, well, I'm watching right now on Netflix. There's this show, and this is a judgment-free zone, okay?
Judgment free.
Judgment-free. I'm watching this show called The Worst Witch.
The worst witch. I've never heard of it.
It's think like it's a cross between Harry Potter and a Disney Channel show.
Hmm. So like PG-13, but actiony.
Yeah, it's very much kind of cheesy, it's cute, it's a funny, kind of feel good show about the world of witchcraft. And it follows a young witch in which did not know she was a witch, just like Harry Potter didn't know he was a witch. She enrolls in a witch school because she finds out, well, she meets this other witch on her porch that falls off her broomstick. Apparently, if you're not from the witching world, you can't see witches.
Mhm.
And she was able to see her. So I was like, "Oh my god, you're a witch too." And she was like, "No, what are you talking about?" And so basically, they flew back to the academy, and she basically said, "You didn't go here," and didn't tell anybody that she didn't go there until they were like, "Who are you?" And basically, it follows her through learning how to become a witch and learning how to cast
And
spells,
she's basically the worst witch.
and she's the worst.
That is so cute. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to give that a check out.
It's really cute, and they just released season 4. Actually,
What?
there's 4 seasons.
I've never heard of this, and I'm on Netflix all the time.
Exactly. I had it on the other day. My sister was like, "Oh my god, are you watching The Worst Witch?" And I
What?
was like,
You know about
"Yeah,
this?
it's cute." Like, yeah, it is cute. So, yeah, that's something that I'm watching right now. So maybe give it a shot if y'all are bored. Y'all need a new show because
Hmm.
we're all bored. We could all use more shows, especially after the year we've had.
Yeah, we can use more light-hearted, feel-good stuff in our lives right now. On a
So,
different note,
what are you watching?
I am actually very, very late on the bandwagon, but I'm actually watching Game of Thrones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Game of Thrones.
I'm actually on season 2. I think it's amazing. I love medieval, I love Vikings, I love that type of show. And my parents and my husband's parents, they watched it, but I never really went into it because I was like, that's mainstream. I don't like things that people hype up because it sets you this really high expectation
Amazing.
and then you just get let down because people hype it up so much.
Right.
And I recently got HBO Now because I wanted to watch Euphoria, but I finished that in like a day. And so I was like, what else is on here? And I saw Game of Thrones, and me and my husband decided to start it. And we are now on the season 2, and it is amazing. It's everything that I love. It has the action, it has the drama, it's gory. Some scenes are a little too gory for me, but it has the sexual nudity. It's just all in
It just ticks all your boxes.
it just I think it's great.
Okay. I've actually never watched it either. I know I kind of got into the idea of watching it
Mhm.
right when it had its final season.
Yeah, because everybody was talking about it. It was like
Everybody was
all the
talking about it,
buzz.
like, "Oh my god, Game of Thrones is ending," having Game of Thrones watching parties,
Hmm.
and I never got into it. I never watched it. I don't think it was ever on Netflix, and if it was before I even knew what it was.
Yeah.
I know HBO picked it up as their own personal show that it wouldn't be on any streaming platforms.
Well, I think it was an HBO show. Like I think
Yeah, I think it's always been an HBO show, but I feel like maybe
it was on like a
in the
different streaming
beginning it would have been
platform.
on Netflix, but since all the streaming platforms have created their own,
I know. That's
it's annoying. Can we talk about that?
yeah. I hate how I mean, I get the hustle because everybody needs to hustle right now. But like Disney Plus coming out, they have HBO Now, Netflix, Hulu.
AT&T now,
Yeah, and there's a Nickelodeon
yes,
one,
all
CBS.
access.
everybody's just coming out with the, oh, you want to watch this? Pay $12.99 a month. It's like,
Like what?
how many $29.99 a month or $12.99 a month I gotta pay?
Right. We got Netflix, we got Hulu, we got Disney Plus, we got CBS All Access. Now we got HBO. Now we got Hulu Plus. Actually,
Oh
if you
yes,
want to pay for live
and
TV,
the Disney where
and now there's Disney Premiere, where you got to pay. How much was
I think
it?
it was like $30 to
Dollars
watch Mulan.
to then pay another $30 to watch Mulan.
Yeah, so I just think that's crazy. But
Some people were willing to pay it. I respect
yeah,
I
no,
respect the grind.
by all means, if you could pay all those, you go ahead, you live your life. But yeah,
Information.
yeah, send us your login. Um, I'm actually sharing HBO Plus with two of my friends, and we're splitting the $12.99 payment three ways.
The way you got it nowadays.
Me and my brother are splitting the Disney Plus. My father-in-law supplies us with the Netflix and Hulu, and
The other streaming platforms haven't really picked up on this yet, from what I've seen. But I know Netflix was quick to do it, where they limit you to how many people can stream at a time.
really,
Yeah,
I didn't
they
know.
have a base Netflix that only lets you stream 2 people at a time, and they have the buy up one that I believe now is like $20 a month,
What?
where you have 2 people.
Oh my God, that's crazy. I remember when I didn't have Netflix, my friend, she gave me her login and we watched Gossip Girl all the way through in like 2 weeks because we were just staying at home, binging it together, you know,
Right.
from different homes, but the same Netflix account, same user. So that is
Yeah,
crazy.
a lot has changed since Netflix pioneered the way for everybody else.
Yeah, like I don't. Oh, I was telling my grandma, because the debates are going on and everything, and she told me to be sure I watch them. I don't pay for cable or TV. I just pay for Wi-Fi, and I watch Netflix and Hulu. I don't have TV, you know?
Right. A lot of people don't have TV anymore, and a lot of people do that don't use it. I know I was telling you when the vice presidential debate was coming on, I told you to watch it. You're like, I don't have
Yeah.
internet. I don't have like, antenna or anything to watch the internet on. Um, but I use AT&T now. That's like $6.99 a month, and you can watch. It's basically like cable.
Um,
Has like the basic package of channels. You get Disney Channel, you get Nickelodeon, Discovery, and all your basic channels. Like 6.99 a month.
that's not bad at all.
It's not, and you also have access to their on-demand TV shows and movies as well.
Hmm. Yeah, I was telling Drew because we were talking about it. We were like, "Hey, we need to watch the debates because we like to be informed and we like to know what's going on." I had to wait till the next morning to watch the full uploaded video vice president debate on YouTube. I watched it on YouTube. The presidential debate was on Hulu, but the vice president one wasn't on there. So I had to wait, I want to say like 9 hours after it to watch the whole thing. And then we were able to discuss it and look at the viewpoints. But it did take a while because I couldn't watch it live because I don't have to.
Right, and you think about all the different people nowadays in the modern age that didn't have access to watch it.
Yeah.
But I mean, you find a way if you really want to.
Yeah, you do. My great grandma is this old lady, but she has a smartphone. And she was telling me when I was telling her that I didn't have TV, she was like, pull it up on the Facebook, pull it up on the internet.
Put
You
it
can,
on the page.
yeah, she was like, you can look on the internet and I'm sure it'll show you, YouTube it. And I was like, you know what, Grandma, you're right. So I went on YouTube, but I think that's crazy, you know? She was alive when I was talking to my great grandma about this the other day. She was alive. She was born in 1929.
Wow.
I know. That is insane. Unfathomable. But she's still driving and jump
Born
rope.
in 29,
1929.
so
I believe she's gonna be 90 this year.
yeah.
Yeah,
Dang.
I know.
She's still getting around.
I know, she's still driving to have lunch with me. in the
Jeez. I did
yeah,
not know he was that old.
I know. She doesn't look it because
Doesn't.
she's still working on the house and doing everything. She said once you stop moving, that's when your body goes.
Hey, I've heard it before from other people, and that's valid.
Hmm. But I think that's crazy.
It is. Welcome to segment four. Segment four is all going to be about just a short little topic that we are going to start. It's going to be in every episode from now on. How can I help climate change? What can I do? What can I do to do my part?
Yeah.
So we're going to outline things or one thing every episode that you can do in your own home, in your own life to help with climate change.
Yeah, so I pulled up what is littering, and it's on the conserveenergyfuture.com/various dash littering dash facts dot php. So what is littering? Littering is nothing but a piece of waste or rubbish that has been disposed of improperly without consent at the wrong location. So I pulled up what is littering. Littering is nothing but a piece of waste or rubbish that has been disposed of improperly, without consent, and at the wrong location. Littering simply means throwing away objects on the ground or leaving them lying on the ground instead of disposing them at the proper garbage can, recycling bin, or trash container. The waste that originates from houses, industries, factories should either be placed in a recycling bin or waste-to-energy plant or a site that is meant for disposing garbage.
Very good information about littering and the different facts about it. We're from Texas, so if you are from Texas or you know somebody that's from Texas, you know the slogan, "Don't mess with Texas."
Exactly.
It's something that we have on basically all the highways. It's Texas's thing to end littering in Texas. And we know we're not gonna end littering, but
Yeah, because we can reach everyone.
we can't reach everyone. Everyone's not gonna stop littering. People just don't care.
Yeah, and it's just out of pure laziness, and people don't realize that with littering there comes consequences, and it's just there's no reason for you to go to McDonald's, eat a double cheeseburger, and throw your wrapper out the window. Leave it in
Right,
your car until you reach a trash can.
right.
There's just no reason for
If
it.
you don't have a trash can near you, you will at some point. Just keep it in your car, keep it in your house, wherever you are at until you have access to a trash can. There's some statistics that you can pull up yourself, but I have it in front of me. Don't mess with Texas.org. The number one fact about littering is approximately 362 million pieces of litter accumulate on Texas roads every year.
Just in Texas.
Just in Texas, every year.
That adds up real quick.
Number two, Texans ages 16 to 34 are the most likely to litter.
That's because they just care about convenience. They're not looking at the bigger picture with the global warming and all that littering contributes to it.
Valid. Number three, 71% of litter consists of micro litter, which is micro litter is 2 inches or smaller. So that's your cigarette butts, your straws, and your gum wrappers. 71%. Like, can you imagine 71% of 362 million pieces of litter?
Hmm.
Cigarette butts.
That's disgusting.
And cigarette butts is such a big thing too, because people are like, oh, well, it's got that mesh, it's got that,
Yeah,
whatever, and they think
filter.
the
It's supposed
filter is biodegradable, and some are. I think some brands, right, have like a biodegradable, but
but you're still littering.
you're still littering. And for the ones that aren't, they don't break down. They take forever to break down. They're not gonna turn into a plant overnight, or like it's just littering. It's bugs are eating them, birds are eating them. It's causing a problem for the planet.
Yeah, and people think, oh, it's just one cigarette butt. Oh, it's just one cheeseburger wrapper. Yeah. Do you know how many people think it's just one? That just one could turn into 50,000 just one cigarettes, just one wrappers.
Right? How many just ones have you had in your life?
Exactly.
Number 4 is tire debris make up 29% of visible litter, particularly along interstates.
Oh yeah, like when tires blow out,
Tires
they
blow
don't
out,
pick up their
no one
stuff.
picks it up, it just sits there.
Stays there
Rubber takes forever to find,
to decompose.
forever.
Yeah, that's I never even thought about that. Think about driving on the highway. You see it, you just don't think anything of it. That's crazy.
Number 5, items discarded from cars and trucks amount for half of all litter along Texas roads.
Yeah, so that's your basic cheeseburger
Like
wrappers, cups
cups,
from fast food
straws,
places.
cigarette butts. Number 7, cigarette butts make up a large portion of micro litter. Largest portion.
That's so crazy.
Number 8, recyclables such as beverage containers and paper make up 25% of the litter on Texas roads.
And you can
When all you could have done was just keep it and
and then recycled it.
imagine if we could recycle 25% of all of our litter.
That would be that would be life changing, you know? And my great grandma, she goes and she walks her dogs. Even though I tell her to be careful and to wear gloves, she goes and she cleans out the gutters while she's walking her dog.
Really?
Yeah, she has called the city of Houston and complained many times about how trashy it looks because not just appearance, but eco-friendly wise, it's trashy, you know?
Everything's go down the drain. It's not
Yeah,
good.
and that's why there's flooding in the Houston areas because there's cups and there's built up cigarette butts, there's cans, there's everything in these,
Random
yeah, random stuff. There's
trash.
shoes that are just randomly in the
Shoes,
gutter.
boots,
Yeah,
shirt, everything.
everything. And so she'll go in there, and like I said, she is about to be 90 years old, and she goes and takes bags with her, and she picks up the litter on her entire walk, and she'll walk further just to pick up one bottle or one piece of paper because she doesn't want the world to be. She
Full of trash,
yeah,
yeah.
she calls people litter bugs. She hates litter bugs.
Your grandma's a saint.
Yeah, she's awesome. But I think if more of us just, if we saw a bottle on the ground, just pick it up, do your part. Even if it's not yours, there's so many people who walk past it thinking, oh, that's
Oh,
not my
not mine,
responsibility.
someone else will get it.
Yeah,
Be that someone else.
yeah, be the
I
change that you want to see.
right. I challenge you guys. You see trash,
Pick it
pick
up.
it up.
Yeah.
If you think it's gross, maybe use a glove or a tissue to pick it up, but pick it up, especially if it's around your house. All you gotta do is bring it inside, throw your trash can.
Yeah, and we can minimize the damage that we're doing to the earth, just by picking up that one bottle. Or you also, a way to hustle and make money, collect your cans, sell them. Me and my grandpa used to do that my entire life growing up, and we still do. Collect cans, take them to the scrapyard. I mean, they pay you like 5 cents per pound, but that's still 5 cents you didn't have, And it's also saving the environment.
Right. Every little thing helps. Uh, there's two more facts on this website. It says to define litter is trash that is not disposed of properly in a trash can. Fun fact, apple cores and banana peels also count as litter.
Yeah,
So it's valid for my next fact on here that says you can be fined $500 every time you litter in Texas. And if what you toss weighs more than 5 pounds, you may have to pay up to $2,000.
good.
So, I mean, for people that think, oh, an apple core or a banana peel,
It'll
it's organic,
degrade.
it'll
Yeah,
decompose.
it's still litter.
By law, that's still litter. You can be charged $500 for the $1 apple you just ate.
For real. Like, just save it and go throw it in your garden, throw it in your
Throw
backyard.
it in your um your compost pile. I know a lot of people are building compost piles, so
Yeah, because that's the new in thing. Yeah,
maybe we'll cover that in our next
next
episode.
episode.
I think that brings our segment 4
To a
to
conclusion. Yeah. I think this I think this episode we touched a lot of really great topics. I think we, you know, I mean, the kind of people we are, we do go off into tangents, but that's because we're excited about what we talk about, you know? I think the internet's very fascinating. Of course, we love sex. The sex is a very good topic
we
for us.
love sex.
Yeah, and also just while we're watching, because I know we're all staying home, staying safe. At least we hope y'all are staying safe and staying home. Yeah, and of course, what can we do to make the world a better place and just
That's all you
help?
gotta do,
Yeah,
when you wake up in the morning, what can you do to make the world a better place?
exactly. Just
If everybody did that, imagine where we would be.
exactly. And who is it? Who is it? John Mayer, where he says, "Be the change you want to see."
I completely agree.
Yeah, I really like that. So everybody, stay safe, wear your mask, wash your hands, and go vote.
Period. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.